Men can't believe that women are single by choice because men aren't single by choice.
Dear Jesus, did you hear what she said?
Welcome to Mindy. Crazy how men are the problem turns into wait. Why are men choosing to stay single? Today, we're looking at women finally realizing guys aren't disappearing. We're just done with the nonsense. Let's get into these clips.
So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work, and he's tired when he gets home. A woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?
Why don't you want to do that?
What are you talking about? Why don't I want to do? You know how fucking tiring that is? Have you done that?
First of all,
I do it every day.
First of all, do not choose a woman who don't want to be a woman.
Right.
So you don't want to be a woman.
I just
no,
let
you don't want to be a woman.
Yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. It's a sign of low intelligence. You can lower your voice and speak to me. I'm sitting right here. I can hear you.
And you're yelling.
All this, I cook and I clean and yeah, that's part of your function. But when your tire is flat, my function is to make sure you have a new tire.
But
when
that's
your
what
car
I'm
need an oil change, it's my job to make sure these people ain't ripping you off. We have different duties and functions and responsibilities. And if you don't love your duty, your function, your responsibility, you're not fit to be a wife, period.
A third of men, 33%, a little over a third, of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
This has everything to do with a man's desire for peace. Because men are expected to give within a relationship. But then the second that he needs something or he's vulnerable, he's made to feel weak. And instead of finding out that he does have a ride or die kind of woman, he finds out that he really just has a woman that was only there for what he provided to her. And that hurts, leaving men to only want to put that effort into themselves. And instead creating a life that is full and peaceful on their own.
All right, boys. She finally said the quiet part out loud. Men walk away because the second we stop being the walking ATM, therapist, handyman, and emotional punching bag, we get labeled weak for needing anything back. We give and give until we realize she wasn't there for us. She was there for what we could provide. So, yeah. Men choose peace. Not because we hate relationships, but because being alone hurts way less than being used.
When a man is handsome, educated, and makes good money but is still single, what's his problem?
He found peace in being single. Like, he just enjoys his life a little too much. Why mess with?
What I noticed lately is that a lot of men rather stay single because they're tired of giving their everything and ending up with nothing. Do you guys agree with that?
This is 100% the truth. Girls really don't value anymore what men bring to their lives. The world now has become primarily about material. There is always somebody else that can provide better material. Because of this, there's no real reason to cling on to one person or another. There's always somebody better, right? This, of course, is only if you define somebody by what they provide in the material world. The harsh reality, of course, is this. Most people really don't deserve or need that much material. Just because you feel that you deserve something doesn't mean you actually do. Your life will eventually show you that reality one way or the other. Since girls always have a shoulder to cry on, they may not realize it ever.
You want to know why most good men remain single, myself included? It's because all of us have had times in our life where we're doing perfectly fine on our own. We're financially set. We're living life on our own. We don't need anybody. But they happen to come into our life, make us feel like maybe this is the one time that she's going to make me feel special. Say things like, you're a catch. You're my dream man. You're so this. You're so that. I can't believe I found you. I can't believe I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Only to do what? To push him out of your life and act like strangers. The same thing you were before you met. So why even bother me? Why even bother that man? Why? Good men, like myself, it's not that we can't get a woman. It's because every time we try, we're shown exactly why we're better off alone. And instead, these women want to go after the guy that doesn't want.
So apparently there's a male loneliness epidemic right now.
Is this the consequences of your own actions? Wait, I'm sorry. We're addressing men's issues, so this is a serious matter. Have you guys ever heard of Eat, Love, Pray? There's therapy.
It is crazy how many stitches of this video I've seen of women that are just laughing, telling jokes, or just straight up blaming men in a tone that tells them that they deserve it. But what a lot of these women don't understand is that those men, they chose that loneliness over being with a woman, especially a woman that demonstrates zero empathy. A woman that is just straight up unkind. Women that have empowered themselves to the point where they believe that they are superior to men. Women that just straight up act like they don't like men.
All right, boys. Look at this. They hear male loneliness epidemic, and their first reaction is to laugh like it's some sitcom punchline. And then they're shocked when men choose isolation over dealing with attitudes like that. Here's the truth. Men didn't end up alone because we lost. We ended up alone because we finally stopped begging for empathy from people who treat our struggles like a joke. Men aren't lonely by accident, we're lonely by preference. Because peace, greater than performing for someone who doesn't even like men in the first place.
Men and women can't be platonic friends in 99% of situations. And the reason why is because men are always looking to get laid. One way that they do this is by...
That's not true, though.
Be quiet when I'm speaking, please. Because at this
You're
point,
not a man.
no one cares.
You're 22,
what you
not
say,
a man.
all right? It's very simple. I'm saying this for all the other women here that have half a brain and want to understand this.
All right, boys. Classic moment. Dude tries to explain his point. She cuts him off immediately, and then he has to check her just to finish a sentence. And women wonder why men don't even bother talking anymore. He wasn't even being wild, he was just trying to break something down. But the second he opened his mouth, boom. Interruption, dismissiveness, attitude. This is exactly why men keep conversations short, keep boundaries tight, and keep their peace guarded. You can't get a word in without someone trying to correct you before you even finish the point. Men aren't silent because we have nothing to say. We're silent because talking feels like a battle half the time.
So hard having a good man when your cycle's coming and you want to be crazy. This man is getting on my nerves and he's not even doing anything. And he's being extra nice. He's going to go get me some food right now. And I told myself, I got to get it together. Get it together. By the time he goes and gets that food and come back, I better have a smile on my face, attitude going. But I can't help it. It's my hormones.
Boys. She literally admits he's doing nothing wrong, being nice, bringing her food, and she still wants to snap on him. And then they wonder why men choose peace. This is exactly why good dudes stay single.
I won't settle. I'll just be single. My mom's single. My mom's been single. My mom raised me single, so I'll just stay single.
By the way, that's a very genetic trait. It's true. There's a book called there's a book called single. No, it is. There's a book by Barry Schwartz, one of my mentors. He's a professor, and it's called The Paradox of Choice. People get fucked up when they think they have too much choice, but nobody has as much choice as you think. Wow. But it's genetic. Some people, he calls them maximizers or satisficers. Maximizers are always looking for better, and they're not going to settle till they find the best. Satisficers realize time is short. And so it's like, you got to marry something, especially for giving birth to babies. Like for men and women, you got to pop them out because nature don't give a shit about culture.
Here it is again. Women refusing to settle because maybe there's someone better. Maximizers. Always chasing the next option. Meanwhile, men see this and think, why bother? Good dudes stay single by choice because we don't want to compete with an endless checklist for peace and sanity.
You get enough lonely single men in their young ages of like 20 to 30, right, with no family, no kids, nothing to die for, to stand for. You're going to have public tragedies keep happening. Soon they'll start targeting higher ups in government because, once the greed sets in from those at the top and they take more and more and more and you're left with nothing, then you'll really see the, quote, revolt everybody talks about.
I had a conversation with this girl and she's like, oh, I'm pretty enough to where I don't need to cook, I don't need to clean, I just need to be pretty. And I'm like, okay, but you still have to give it up whenever he wants. And then she's like, no. I'm like, what? So he's paying everything. He's giving you the life you want and you're not going to give it up whenever. That's crazy.
Okay.
Damn.
That's crazy.
She literally thinks being pretty is enough, but still wants all the perks without giving anything back. That right there is exactly why men check out. Good men aren't hard to find. They're hard to convince to stay.
I always say there's only two reasons why people are single. One reason is that they have excessive self-hate, where they don't really love themselves enough and they have really low self-esteem, so they avoid people or they only go for people who don't love them enough. And as a result, they find themselves in a perpetual cycle of an unhealthy relationship until it ends. Or people who have, which now more people are falling into, where people have excessive self-love, where they believe they deserve certain traits and refuse to settle until they access those traits. And as a result, they're perpetually single.